Good day everyone. So we're working on this guy today like I promised you guys. So we're gonna try to repair the brake module, which is right here. I removed it from underneath there. It just had 3 screws on the 04 model. 1, 2, 3. Once you remove the screws, you just kind of pull it out, just kind of work it out, and then after you remove it, you got to lift this connector, just kind of lift up on it. Let me see if I can get a camera, flashlight there. So connector, and then you just kind of lift up on it like that, and that releases it from the module right here. And this is how it looks. So what can I tell you? I thought I was going to be able to pry it open. It doesn't look like it's the case. I looked at somebody who did it also. He had to cut it out. So I'm probably just going to have to go around. I'm going to go as nice as possible and cut it out right there, because it looks like it's been fused right there. That looks a little softer than the other stuff. So this looks like it's probably the sealant or whatever. The fusible stuff that they use to put this cover on there. So I'm going to cut it out. And I'm going to show you guys what kind of repairs it needs and what I think is going to need to be done to it. So you're going to need one of these, the Dremels, and with a little cutting disc, just like that. And then you select the speed you want on it, obviously. And yeah. So I'm just going to go around nicely and just cut it out. Okay, so you guys, I got it off. I don't know if you guys can see. Obviously, actually the other way around. You know, just like this. Got it nicely cut, nicely done. So I opened it up. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys in a second what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to inspect, make sure obviously all the tracks is good, the electrical, roads. If those are good, then I'm going to be bending some pins. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, let me see if I can get the camera so it doesn't have like clear on it. But anyways, you guys see these pins right here, all those pins. Yeah, so those pins, I did my research, and some of them the connection becomes not good on all of them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to squish these couple connectors like together, get a pliers and just squish these pins. And then I'm going to bend all of these kind of to a side so the connection is better with the motherboard. So anyways, I'm going to go through all the pins around the block, these sharp little needles things, and I'm just going to bend them. And some of the ones that have like 2 each right there, I'm just going to grab them with pliers and squish them a little bit. And then the single ones, like all these, I'm just going to kind of bend them to a side, really, like, so the connection is better with the motherboard. So I'm going to do that on all of them, and yeah, and I'll put it back together because all the tracks and everything seem good. So yeah. Okay, so as usual, I like to check my work before I put it together. So I kind of just put everything back. I didn't tighten anything, and the module is still open. I still have the little cover right here because I kind of want to check if it worked. So anyways, this is the 3rd time I started. Obviously it fixed itself. Yeah, buddy. So I fixed it. I checked the codes, anti-lock brakes, codes, no codes. First, when I started it up, the first time I kind of bent those things, the pins, and for better connection, put it in. I had a 0074 code saying hydraulic lifter's fault. And then I took it back off, played around with those some more, bent them here and there to make sure there's better connection, make sure I kind of bent them to, you know, there's better connection in the computer, and put it back in. Voila, it is clean. Look at that. That's a door, excuse me for that tingly noise, but look at that, it's clean. And this is the third time I cycled the key. I'm gonna do it one more time. Take the key out, put the key in, start it right up. This is the fourth time I did it. And then let's check the codes again. Nada. This is perfect. Look at that. So I went to the module, it started blinking. Obviously when you go into the module it blinks, and then when you exit it, it turns right back off. So yeah, we are clean. And I saved again couple $100, because this probably would have cost me, even if there was like, let's say some sort of collaboration, like if I talk to xemodex or whatever, to have them help me with this, they will give me a discount. I still would have to pay a couple $100. It's no way around it. It's like $400 I think, if you without any discounts, or 5, and with the discounts maybe it's gonna be a little less, but still that's a couple $100 I saved right there. So hopefully this will save you a lot of money. Same thing with the ECM that I repaired. If you guys haven't seen that video, check it out. It's on my channel. This is probably going to be the video right after that. And then this is the brake module. So yeah, I fixed it, so it's all good now. Okay, so to put it back together, obviously I kind of test fitted it first, make sure it stays right there. So now I'm going to put some I like using this stuff. This is what we used when I used to work at Volkswagen Audi shop. This is what we used, and it held really good. So I'm going to try to use this. So I'm going to apply it, nice layer, make sure it doesn't get, nothing gets on here. A nice layer around the BMS module, the brake module, and then I'm going to set the cover on top of that. And then I'm going to put some, once I set it on top, I'm going to also put some on top of it right here in the gaps, and make sure yeah, it's all sealed. And then I'm going to leave it until tomorrow to cure. Okay, so I guess I had a little less than I thought of that stuff, of that plastic weld stuff. So I have some of this, the Bondo. It's a 3M Bondo bumper and flexible part repair. So I used some of that to nicely apply it around the module, and I'm gonna let it cure until tomorrow. So there's no way that's coming apart unless you cut it apart after it's done. So yeah, this stuff is promising, also really good stuff. So I just ran out of that stuff, so I just used it in the module kind of, and then a little bit on the corner, and then for the rest of the way I just filled it with this, with the flexible bumper and flexible part repair. So it's a 3M, so it's a good quality product too. I used it before, so really good stuff. So yeah, now we're gonna let it cure for what, next 8 hours, and yeah, I'll put it back tomorrow. Okay, so as you guys can see, I put everything back together. I tightened the clamp for the intake, I put the computer back on, put the screws in, tighten them, so everything is in. It's very easy procedure, taking it out, putting it in. The only harder part is, like, you know, like I said, doing the bench fixing it, fixing the connections and all that. But yeah, let me try to start it, make sure, you know, no lights come on, because I have not been in this car since yesterday and the computer has been out of it. I'll just verify it. Yep, perfect. No lights. Let's close the door. And the trunk is open, of course. But anyways, yeah, that's all it says, just the trunk lid open. That's what the light is for, but no dash lights at all. So yeah, it's fixed. Another one down. It's like everything's going wrong, and then all of a sudden you get that breakthrough when you fix one thing, you fix another thing, and you're almost done with the car. So I'm at that point right now. Thank you, Lord, for that. But you know, There's been a few times where I kind of didn't really want to deal with this car anymore. At this point now that I pretty much fixed everything, right now all I gotta do is just pop the new shocks in, the rear shocks. That's the only thing that's left because they're making a little noise. So I'm gonna do the back rear shocks next, replacement and conversion kit from the 4C to the regular ones. I'm probably gonna either pull out the insides of it, or I have 2 resistors. I might just put in the resistors to make my life a lot easier too. So we'll see. So hopefully that's gonna be it for this car, and then I'm just gonna do the final touches, like, you know, cleaning it up and, you know, doing some cosmetic stuff. But mechanically this car is 100% done besides the rear shocks. That's it. So as you guys can see, this is probably like 5th or 6th time I started the car up. Nothing. I drove it out, not a single warning or engine light or any kind of light. So I'm gonna go for a test right now, make sure everything is good. I want to see if this affected the all-wheel drive system, because my all-wheel drive system kind of worked. Sometimes worked, sometimes it didn't. So it was like on and off type of deal. I don't know if this was messing with that ABS module, because it was kind of telling me, you know, stop safely, ABS or whatever, failure or whatever it was. So maybe that had something to do with it. I'm pretty sure it did, because I would logically, you'd think it would probably will affect it. So let's go for a test drive and see what, you know, if everything is good. Then yeah, I'll get back to you guys. All right, so we're gonna go for a drive. Let's floor it. Yep, all-wheel drive works just fine now. Let's do it one more time. Yep, all-wheel drive works, no issues at all. I'm gonna press the stop button, I mean the sport button, and we'll see. Let's see. Let's turn right here, and let's just floor it. Yep, not a single spin. Yeah, all-wheel drive system works perfectly now. That's it. That fixed all the issues that it had, all-wheel drive. So if you guys do have an ABS light or whatever on in your car, don't be surprised if your all-wheel drive system kind of, you know, goes nuts a little bit. You know, if it kind of starts working, not working, that's normal for them. Because yeah, obviously when you're, you know, when you don't have ABS, when you don't have you know, the stopping assistance and anything in the car, the all-wheel drive system most likely will not work, because it will see that something is wrong, the car is not running properly. So yeah, okay, let's slow down really quick and just floor it. Yep, all-wheel drive works with no issues at all. Yeah, the ABS light is off, the brake light is off, nothing. I gotta change the back brake light, the bulb. I think it burned out, but that's about it. Wow, like, wow, how many issues I fixed by just fixing that ABS module. All-wheel drive system, obviously, the no ABS lights, now ABS works, everything works. Wow. This is cool. This is actually very, very relieving. Okay, so that's gonna be it. I fixed the ABS brake light issue. I had to fix the computer. You have to, you know, sadly you have to cut it out. I don't know if it's from 04 to 07. I think they're probably gonna be similar modules. I know they're a little bit different. Their numbers on them are different, so maybe their newer ones are a little different. I don't know if the internals of it are different, but if you guys do come, you know, across this issue and it's an internal BMS module, brake control module, or BCM, I mean not BMS, BCM module, and it's the internal fault like I found. So open it up to see it. I mean, if it's a little different design, you know, if you don't have those pins that I was bending to get better connection, I kind of looked at the tracks, and where the tracks kind of came to the pin, I kind of bent the tracks to the pin to the tracks. So there was like a roadway to the pins that I bent, So where those roadway came, I kind of bent the pins to the track, to the roadway, so it has better connections. And I kind of just went through it. I had to do it twice. I pulled it in, first did it and I put it in. I think I missed 2 pins if I'm not mistaken. And then I took it back out and I played around with some more pins. I went over them again and then I found those pins, bent them as well, put it back in. That's it. It fixed all my issues. No more ABS light, no more brake light on my dash. So that's it. If you guys do have a little different one, you may not have the pins. Maybe there's tracks, maybe some soldering pins, because it's not really common for the tracks or the roadways in the module to burn out, especially in the brake module. But there are soldering points where, like, you have some sort of fuse or resistor or something. Soldering points do crack. So, you know, I don't know, check it out, open it up. Don't, you know, if you feel comfortable. If you don't, I mean, it's worth a try. I mean, you're gonna end up spending a couple $100 if you're gonna send this out. I mean, something like this that literally cost me, maybe for the welding thing, the plastic weld that I put around the cap, you know, that's all like, well, $5 I spent. So I saved myself probably like $300-400 by fixing it myself. The ECM, probably the same thing that I fixed. Like I mentioned before, you can check the video out if you're interested. I had a mass airflow sensor code. The value was reading maximum for some reason, and it was an ECM issue. I had to resolder it. And then this, I had to open it up and fix this also. So both of the issues were internal module issues. So yeah, luckily I was able to fix it myself. I saved myself a lot of money, so now I gotta focus on getting the shocks done and just cosmetically kind of bring this car to life now that mechanically it's pretty much 100% done. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, recommend my channel to your friends, and as usual, see you next time.